What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. This trip will be something different, as for the first time we won't be in the typical lush rainforests, but instead we'll be focusing on the agricultural lands of eastern Thailand in search of the infamous Russell's Viper. Enjoy the video. Hello! I shaved my head, but more importantly, we are officially on our first trip to eastern Thailand. Bossman is here. We've got Keith and Harry as well, they've just went into the room. Anyway, I'm excited, and we're gonna hope to find Russell's Vipers, and possibly more later on once we go to some actual forest habitat. Right now we're herping in agriculture. We're gonna start off by some daytime road cruising for Siamoses, what's the common name of that? Indo-Chinese sand snake. Anyway, we're gonna grab some food and then do some daytime cruising, and then as the night comes on, we're gonna do some walking.
Let's get to it.
We just pulled over really quickly because Rupert saw a snake, which we thought might be Siamoses. It shot off into here, and after like walking through here and not finding it, we were about to give up, and I just saw a small snake curling up in the thing, and I like dove on it and actually managed to get it. Unfortunately though, it's not Siamoses, our target species, but instead a juvenile Indo-Chinese rat snake, Thais koros. This one is very black towards the tail compared to all other juveniles of the species I've seen. And they have those huge eyes and very long tongue. Anyway, we good to let it go?
Yeah, let me just grab a foam pick and then we can let it go.
Okay. Alright, photo sesh done. Time to let him shoot off back where we found him. And even now, I would probably be unable to find him again. Let's continue cruising before we lose light. Keith!
What the boss?
What the boss? How do you feel?
Harry? Like, where is he?
Alright, got another Indo-Chinese rat snake. Stop moving! This one, not in as good condition as the last. It is an adult though. Anyway. RIP!
See where I'm supposed to walk. Actually go anywhere.
Alright, check this out. Harry actually just found this beautiful little Faulia flavipunctatus, which we've seen about 1 million of so far. But have a look at the color on this one. I've never seen one quite like it. I've seen one on a photo before that had this red, but it wasn't nearly as nice as this one. And strangely enough, this one actually also isn't interested in biting, which this species usually is known for. But yeah, very nice little flavy that I'm actually really happy about. Anyway, flavipunctatus. There's a bunch of geckos here on the wall of our accommodation. They were having a massive fight a moment ago, but I think I missed it. Oh, he's going in for the attack. Alright, I didn't get that on video, but I just scooped this rather large, possibly gravid, anhydrus rainbow water snake out the water. And he is... You hear the others swearing back there. I think they got bit by something. Anyway, anhydrus. Sure, we'll see many more of these. This one's probably the biggest I've ever seen. Quite fat. Anyway, got a lot more stuff to find, so just gonna let him scoot back off into the water. Wait, one thing though, I don't know if you guys, if I've ever shown these that much on the channel before, but they have this really, wait, let me see if I can show you the head. There we go. They have this really elongated head. Very unusual. Very elongated and pointy. Okay, go home. he's gone. So yeah, we're just herping along this agricultural drainage ditch here. There's rice on either side, and these vegetations here are quite suitable for snakes. We're hoping to find Enhydrus chinardi, which is proving to be quite rare, so we're just going to see what we can find. Alright, got a snake.
I think ours is a bit more pattern.
Subsessor bacorti. Bacort's water snake. Oh wow, look at the color of his eyes. They're like bright red. The weirdest thing about these is how large their head is in proportion to the body. And they also have like a really unintelligent looking head shape. As juveniles, they have this really pretty yellow and black venter, which kind of gets slightly less nice looking in adults. Those eyes are incredible though.
Nice pond down here.
Alright, Rupert just got absolutely destroyed by it. And that was just like a really short, quick bite.
Yeah, it just like nipped me, and it has teeth, man.
Now I know what not to do. Alright, well, we're gonna move this guy off the road. There's a small lily pond just over there somewhere. So, I'm gonna grab this guy by the head actually, after seeing what it did to Rupert. And here you can see now this beautiful venter I was talking about. Really neat looking snake, and you can see just how large and fat their head is in proportion to the body. Alright, he's still trying to bite me. I'm just gonna put him in this swampy forest and let the hunt for Russell's vipers continue. We were walking along some rice fields and stuff a bit earlier on, but we didn't really find too much. So we've got in the car and now we're just cruising some roads and immediately seem to be having slightly better luck. So fingers crossed we get a Russell's viper, but I'm sure we'll get something else. Rupert just got this little Enhydrus. Actually not so little.
Yeah, it's a decent sized adult, honestly.
Anyway, this is one of the more common water snakes in this area, apart from Fowlia flavipunctatus. Also one of the prettier, definitely better than Fowlia, although they do have that really pointy, elongated head with the eyes.
It's got some like red, some blood on that eye.
Hold it still. Is that blood?
Must be.
I wonder what happened to it.
Looks pretty healthy though.
Yeah.
Not the prettiest one I've ever seen.
Alright. Well, on your mark, put him back.
Bye-bye.
Alright, we got our first elapid of the trip. Bungarus candidus, the Malayan Krait. And this one actually has really much yellow in between the black bands. Like the white segments are very yellowish for the species. And he's pretty big as well. I'll put my foot there. You can see he's well over a meter. Rupert, can you take over with some camera work? And we're gonna come in here. Oh, he's on the move. Hello, sir. Do you bite? No, he doesn't bite. Oh. Alright, we can get him out. And he does have a very defined vertebral ridge here, more so than most individuals. So this one is rather on the skinny side. And where was it? There. You can see here he's also got a quite nasty scar that is well healed up by now, but this would have been a quite serious injury at some point, perhaps from like a monitor lizard or something. Oh, and he is pooping.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
The venter is so yellow, by the way.
Even like last year, I would have considered this a really exciting find, because till then, honestly, I had never found a lot of these, but particularly this year, we've found so many of these. They've really become somewhat of a staple on all of our expeditions. This is the first one we've ever found in agricultural land, though. Usually they're like in forested streams. But yeah, really nice yellows on this one. It's interesting how in different regions you do notice subtle little changes like that within the same species. But yeah, he is not very defensive. And he's quite slow moving as well. I'm guessing he hasn't had a meal in quite a while.
Which is surprising considering how many snakes we've been seeing around here.
Yeah. A lot of water snakes and stuff. So him being this skinny is quite surprising. But he is also incredibly docile, possibly the most docile Malayan Krait we've found to date. And you can see he's also quite long, so he must be reasonably old. How long would you say that is, Rupert?
Maybe like 1.1 meters?
Yeah.
Possibly longer if you get him.
1.2 meters, something like that?
Yeah, really long actually.
Alright.
It's always exciting to see a krait, but we have seen
Yeah.
so many of these.
The fact that it's the most toxic snake in Thailand, but it's just such a common contender for all of these trips, and usually quite docile.
How many have we seen this year? Like at least 15 or something.
Something like that, yeah. Alright, well. We good to let him go then?
Yeah.
Alright, goodbye, sir. Alright, so check this out. Here is a beautiful little Albolabris. Very common species, but around here they're much more yellow than the ones I'm used to seeing. This looks to be a small female. Hello? Oh, she saw me there. Wait, let me move this grass out the way. Yeah, she is being quite defensive, and I'm not trying to do a Rupert here tonight, so I think I'm probably just gonna leave her as I say that. Yeah, no, she is not a happy snakey, although she's being a bit better now. But I think I'm probably just gonna let her cruise off and just film her still. Oh, she's got a bug on her. Very nice. Not a species I was expecting to find tonight. Although, I guess I'm not really surprised either. Very nice. The herp continues. Alright, quick change of strategy. Rupert and Harold are getting out the car. They're gonna walk along the ditch, which is water filled here. Keith and I are gonna continue cruising and possibly stop somewhere else and walk for a bit.
I'd start doing the loop.
Yeah. Cool. Just got another snake. It's unfortunately dead though, but we drove past here literally a couple minutes ago and it wasn't there, so this must have just been hit literally within the past couple minutes, and it is a large radiated rat snake, Colognathus radiata. Very unfortunate. What a pretty snake. Alright, we just got back to the others. We didn't find any live snakes. Harry, however...
Rupert.
Oh, Rupert did find a snake, and it is a sunbeam snake. And here, if you remember one of my recent videos, I was saying that the sunbeam snakes down in southern Thailand looked very different. Look what the head of these looks like. See, the head is just entirely like black on top, and it's quite pointed. Maybe I'll throw up a comparison there. but definitely very different. Okay, let's get off the road. Alright, major target for this trip has been acquired. This is the Siamese Russell's Viper, and also my lifer at that. Really pretty little juvenile. Not like neonate size, but definitely a small one, and he's got a big meal, as you can see. I suspect that would be a frog or something. This is, without a doubt, Thailand's most dangerous viper. Extremely toxic venom of these guys, and an attitude to match it. There you can see him doing it really clearly now. When they're threatened, they'll just inflate and deflate their body, making this loud hissing noise, which in adults is actually loud enough to make you notice them if you're just walking, and they'll start doing it if you walk too close. What a neat little snake. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to handle him at all, because this is one snake you absolutely do not want to get bit by. I'm going to put my hand there so you can see the approximate size of him, but I'm going to be really careful not to get too close. Another common name for these is chain viper. Obviously, because of those round patterns, kind of resembles a chain. This is really a species I've wanted to see for such a long time in the wild. Alright, so we're gonna make I'm gonna make first contact. He's a bit small even to tail, but I think... Ooh. So, even at this size, they are, well, obviously, incredibly toxic. And they have a really interesting venom for a viper as well. It causes you to go through some weird form of, like, reverse puberty, and very regularly leaves people with permanent damage and, like, high voices and really weird things. And I believe what it does is it, like, also wrecks your pituitary gland. Yeah, really, probably the last viper I would ever want to get bit by in the world. Especially because of their attitude. They're so defensive. Whereas Malayan pit vipers you can usually just let crawl across your hand. I'm not sure how good of an idea that would be with this thing, because as you can see he hasn't actually struck at me yet, but this is also, what's probably worth noting is this is not a pit viper, so they don't actually have thermal vision like every other viper in Thailand. This is Thailand's only non-pit viper.
True viper.
True viper, yeah. And especially because it's so small, it's actually really hard for me even to get a hand on it, which I'm probably not going to do. Just because they're so fast, and at this size, they can flick around and get you in the finger in like a split second, which we're hopefully not going to see firsthand. Alright, that's probably as much handling as you're going to see me do with this thing, because I don't know, this is not a good snake to handle.
With a big one you can do this quite easily.
With a big one there's so much space between your hand and the pointy end. But with a small one like this, I just don't really think it's worth it. And also, I'm not going to handle too much because obviously it has a meal. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
He just tried to bite the hook, so we're definitely not going to be putting our hand and carefully letting him crawl on it. They have this really nice speckled venter, and I'm getting attacked by like dragonflies.
I can see it, I can see it.
Really nice speckled venter on these. What I have done before with the species in captivity though is when they curl up into like a donut, you can actually just lift them and put them on your hand. And when they're on your hand, they don't really realize what's going on. But with a wild one, it's, I don't know, it definitely feels different. So, get a good last look because I don't think I'm going to be handling this thing anymore. I think this is possibly the first venomous snake we found on the channel that we weren't really able to handle. Alright, let's go find Harry and show him.
What are you doing now? What are you doing now?